Hello, everybody. My name is Peachy Banjo, and this is the first episode of my podcast. I don't really like the term podcast. So that kind of entails that there's more than one person here, and I am sitting by myself at the moment, so kind of a lie. But it's a kind of on a whim thing that I just decided to do like yesterday, but I think it'll be interesting. Basically, I'm going to talk a lot. Some of it's scripted, some of it's not. Like, what I'm saying right now, not scripted, but the second half of this sentence is scripted. About random things I find interesting. These could be anything from, like, Minecraft to constructed languages, and you'll just have to deal with it. Videos on the main channel are not stopping, but sometimes it's nice to talk, you know? I would also like to say this is the first debut pilot episode. It's going to be pretty short, guys. Ideally, I'd like these to be like 30-45 minutes, but I don't have a lot of time. I'm not in my house. This isn't my regular recording setup. So this is just going to be a short, like, 10-minute thing. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, recently, we're just going to dive right into it. Recently, I've been watching a channel named Jan Measley. You've probably not heard of them. It's a fairly niche channel. If you have heard of them, it was probably through Hangman is a Weird Game. That's their most popular video, I think. I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. Jan Measley's got a video on the Super Mario series, which, again, I'll link below, that I find pretty interesting. I've watched it several times since I first found Jan Measley's channel, and it always leaves me thinking a lot about the games. The video centers around the question, how many Super Mario games are there? And it's a 45-minute long essay about just how inconsistent people are with their opinions on this series. I think the general consensus is around 18, but I recently made my own list as to what games I think are included in the Super Mario Bros. Series. Again, link in the description. I'll really try. PDFs are difficult to work with. You'll find some absences on there, I think. For example, I generally don't think Lost Levels counts as a Super Mario game, because it wasn't released as a standalone game outside of Japan, I think. I'm not sure, actually. I'd have to look into that further. I might be just, like, spitting out lies and stuff. I also don't include Super Mario Land 2 for reasons I don't even know. First, I thought it was because the main antagonist was just so far removed from the regular villains of the Super Mario series, but I count Super Mario Bros. 2 as a Super Mario game, even though its main villain is just some guy named Wart, so I don't know what's up with that. Also, I think technically speaking, Frog named Wart is, like, farther removed from Super Mario Bros. Than Wario is, so... Actually, okay, that leads me down another rabbit hole I've fallen into recently. The main antagonist of Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Land 2, sorry, is Wario, and he went off and started his own games. He has, like, his own series now, but characters from the Wario games, Ashley is one that comes to mind, appear in the Rhythm Heaven games, meaning that Wario exists in the Mario universe and the Rhythm Heaven universe. This opens up a lot of possibilities. I've been thinking about this a lot. If Wario, Mario, and the Rhythm Heaven cast all exist in the same cinematic universe, because Wario appears in both of the games, they kind of have to, then by law of extension, the Rhythm Heaven cast exists in the same world as both Donkey Kong and Punch-Out, because, you know, Mario appears in both Donkey Kong and Punch-Out. I like to think about this. It's pretty fascinating. It's a huge, huge universe once you realize how many small cameos characters make in each other's games. Birdo's a good example. Birdo exists in both the Mario universe and the Doki Doki Panic universe. If the Rhythm Heaven universe and the Mario universe are interconnected, that means Rhythm Heaven's so-called hair vegetables exist in the same canon as Doki Doki Panic's Imogene? I don't know. I never know how to pronounce his name. And it just keeps going. The more you think about it, the stranger it gets. The Shy Guys in Doki Doki Panic also appear in Kirby, which means Kirby's world and Karate Joe's world are one and the same. Actually, thinking about it too much has led me to realize that if we are truly going to consider all game universes, we have to talk about Super Smash Bros. Because that game combines, like, all Nintendo characters plus Sonic and Steve from Minecraft. This actually means that Mauser from Doki Doki Panic exists peacefully, maybe, I hope, peacefully in the same universe as Minecraft. And actually, okay, the more I think about it, Smash Bros. Kind of feels like cheating because Smash Bros. Has, like, every single character ever. And actually, okay, I have some things to say about Smash Bros. In general. Never actually played the game. Like, maybe I played it once or twice, but I've never, like, played the game. But from what I can tell, it's just, like, Nintendo making a fighter game and then stealing other companies' characters to make the game popular. I mean, sure, it's fun to watch Nintendo properties murder each other, but what about Donkey Kong versus Sonic? That's something we've always wanted to see. Fighter games in general just confuse me. This is gonna lead to a gun games rant. Oh boy. Okay. What pleasure what pleasure do people get from watching virtual characters die because of them? Is it like a sense of accomplishment? It's basically just sports for sad people, actually, and also more violent. I bet it is better both mentally and physically to play actual sports than to just pretend to shoot people's guts out. I don't know. Also, I'm being very hypocritical because I play lots of video games and I don't play lots of sports, but I don't like gun games very much and I don't get the attraction to them. I hear the stories of some shooter games are pretty decent, actually. Like, that's the most common reason I've been given when I ask why people like first-person shooter games, which, I'm just going to abbreviate to FPS for the rest of the spiel. Do they really have good storylines, though? I would think the storyline is second priority when it comes to an FPS game. I don't know. Maybe it's because the games are so closely tied to war. I'm kind of a history nerd, so I know some amount about most wars. The actual war part of war is pretty unappealing. I like learning about the politics and things, but the actual battles aren't very interesting. Anyway, I knew it would be bad to go down the gun games rant because I just wasted probably 2 minutes, 20. I don't want to do math right now. 2 minutes of your time talking about gun games and why I don't like them. Okay, actually, we're gonna switch topics, kind of move back into Nintendo. A few days ago, I ordered Yoshi's Island, so Super Mario World 2, which is not a Super Mario game. It is a good game, though. I ordered it for my SNES, which is the Nintendo console of the 90s. It's really great. I should look into purchasing an NES. This is me issues right now. I'm looking forward to playing it, Yoshi's Island. I've heard lots of good things about the game. Music is great. I've seen, I'm not making purchases based off my opinion. I'm actually going and watching YouTube videos to see how good this game is. And it looks like a lot of fun. So, that's good, I guess. I was talking to Noble, actually. He says the game's a lot of fun. So, we'll see. I haven't actually played a lot of the Mario games. I know a decent amount about the series, but I haven't played a lot of the games. I've played 1, 2, 3, Lost Levels, World, both the lands, 64, Galaxy, the new... Okay, actually, Nintendo's terrible at naming things. I can hardly remember the titles of the new Super Mario games because there's just so many of them. The longest one I can think of is, New Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe Edition. That abbreviation would be NSMBUDX. That's so long that Nintendo's just not good at naming things. I played the New Super Mario games, Super Mario 3D World, and Odyssey. That's 11 out of 15 games I consider to be Super Mario games. That's better than I thought. I could rant about this for hours. I actually have some things to say about the Mario Kart and Mario Party games. I'm not going to rant about it for hours, but I could. I might in a separate video. Maybe it's just because I haven't played them very much, but they just seem incredibly boring, especially Mario Party. Mario Kart's fine. I can see the appeal there. There's other racing games in existence. I've played Mario Kart. I've had a good time with it, but I don't know if I've ever actually enjoyed Mario Party. It kind of feels like just go out and actually do things with your friends, because the whole point of a party game is that you play it when friends come over to your house, right? Or when people come over to your house and you just want to have a good time. So you play a Mario Party game, but just go and actually do stuff. You don't need to pretend to play a board game on your Nintendo Switch to have fun with your friends. I don't know. Maybe, can you play Mario Party online with other people? That might be appealing somehow. If your friends can't meet up because reasons, probably COVID. If your friends can't meet up, I can see Super Mario Party. Mario Party, not Super. I can see Mario Party being a good game for people to play. I can see why people would play it. But, things are opening back up. Just go and actually do things with your friends. I feel like these are issues only I care about. Most people like the Mario Party and card games. They're fine. I don't really see the point in Mario Party. Do Mario Party and Rhythm Heaven exist in the same universe? I don't know if they do, actually, because Mario... Okay, that's a predicament. Mario appears in both Super Mario games and like spin-off games like Party. But is that the same universe? I think so, because then, like, I think it'll be funny to have like the Onion dudes from Rhythm Heaven exist in the Mario Kart universe. Um, yeah, I think by our previous established logic, they have to, even if we exclude Super Smash Bros. Anyway, just looking through here, I had some notes that I wanted to talk about today. I'm running out of things to say. I don't have any topics left. Kind of just ranting about things. I don't want to ramble on forever. These were kind of just my random thoughts. I've been thinking about this actually since I started writing out these notes yesterday. I have no idea what I'm going to title this episode because there's no central theme. I'm sure I'll figure out how to structure these podcast episodes better. This is just a pilot debut thing, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, I'll see you later. Goodbye. Also, don't expect this to be a frequent thing. This is not going to be a frequent thing. This is going to be kind of like my main channel, where it's either like 40 videos in one day or one video every 40 days. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you later. Goodbye.